Hi, this is Trevor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today is Tuesday, November 10th, and something a little different today. You're not seeing me on camera, and it's because I'm going to be working with the cards, and I wanted to show you just an example of the layout that I generally work with, and that is the Celtic Cross layout. Very traditional layout, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about numeric associations, like how we associate the numbers of the cards to actually the positions in the layout. So I'm going to just show you, I haven't shuffled the cards, this is just a demonstration, that this is the traditional layout. This is what you will see most readers working with. It is probably one of the most popular spreads. Now there sometimes are some variations of where the cards go, but the formation, the layout is almost always like this, that we see this central cross, that's why it's called the Celtic Cross, and then we see 4 cards going up the side. And here we go, right? Now, again, this is not a reading, this is just, mind you, it's an interesting reading. We see these cards numbered 1 through 10, and we have, I lay them out so that it is like a wheel, right? Sometimes you will see variations where readers may place the 3rd card in a different position, or sometimes these get turned around. But generally, this first position, where we happen to see the Page of Cups, is really kind of designating the self at the moment. And then this influence where the card is placed across is influences that are passing through the situation. And position 3 is kind of a foundation. We see the influences that are still emanating from the past. We see what is kind of like a crowning realization, what's sort of breaking through. And then we see sort of like the first future card. This is the sort of emanation that's being generated through this that's coming through. And then we have the 4 cards that are going up the side. We have position 7, which is the action we are taking where we cannot know the consequences. We have position 8, which is sort of the interaction or the response of the environment that is around us. We have position 9, which is our hopes and fears, and we have position 10, which is an outcome. Now, as you have maybe been following in the videos that I've done already about the cards themselves, we can kind of make an association to those numbers. What the aces have in common have something in common with that position 1. What the 2s have in common have something in common with that position 2. What the 3s have in common, position 3, and so on. You can make those numeric associations if you choose to. The more we work with tarot, the more we work with the symbolic language, the more we see relationships, and we build our own associations to the cards and to how those things are coming through. Now, something interesting happened for me some time back. There was quite a while where I tended to lay out my Celtic Cross really like this, so that there was a wheel and then another wheel. You know, you could almost see it as what is going clockwise and what is going counterclockwise, just like 2 gears being turned in a machine. And I found working with this particular variation of the Celtic Cross, it just happened, caused me to start seeing the card combinations a little more clearly. A little like, you know, I can remember going and playing bingo with some friends and their baba, and you would sometimes see something going on in that line. You would sometimes see something going on in that line, or the diagonal. So this is a fun variation on the Celtic Cross, something that happened for me. And I found I started to really kind of break away from the linear set associations that were kind of set in there. I tend to look more at combinations of cards. Like you'll notice in this particular layout, we've got swords that are kind of predominant. We've got just a little bit of almost everything, because you start to notice what's absent. Let's see, we've got wands coming through, so there's the fire energy. We've got cups happening. We've got actually people that are kind of tied in with that cups energy. And we've got a little bit of conflict. But we start to notice what doesn't come up. There's no pentacles here. So where's the earth element? And that might be a suggestion as to some things that are a little out of whack. So we start paying attention to what's predominant. A little like friends of mine who play bridge or play card games, you kind of learn to size up the hand. And in this particular layout, we can see some of the things that have to do with those interactions, and also we learn to pay attention to what may be missing, what may be absent. The major arcana cards are rather interesting. We kind of get a sense from them of what may be going on in terms of lessons and the archetypes that are running through a situation. So this is just an example of how we work with that. And then we come back to the traditional layout once again, in terms of where the cards are. And that can give us sometimes things like time frames. Sometimes you will find that the further away something is from that center, the more it may be something that's playing out long range. Again, reading the cards is not so much for me about memorizing set meanings, but really paying attention to what they are saying, because sometimes those things will come through in very, very different ways. They can be very evocative. Also, sometimes in a layout, you'll get one card that seems to be saying a great deal. It's almost like this is the main part of the story, and the others are just sort of lending inflection. Once again, that is reading the cards, not simply just memorizing them. Although, studying the cards and looking at other people's interpretations is indeed very useful, we learn to build our own associations. So that's just some random thoughts around the Celtic Cross. I know that there's a lot of experts out there that maybe have their own way and their own interpretation, so I hope I haven't rattled anyone. We all kind of learn and evolve and grow over time. It's a lot of fun, and I encourage you to have fun with your learning process. Take care, and we'll tune in again next week with more food for thought. Bye for now.